I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Babylon Berlin series. This is episode 4 of season 2. Let's check it out and see what is saying to it.
Fundament entdeckt und einen Toten geborgen, dessen Kleidung eine eindeutige Zuordnung ermöglicht. Der Mann war offensichtlich...
Oh fuck, that was Gideon's foot in the cement, incriminating him and killing the priest. Wow, I missed that one last week. The plot thickens. Thank God for these recaps.
Charlotte, er fragt, ob du ein Bett brauchst.
Hast du alles, Ingmar?
Keine Frage.
I completely forgot about that as well. Lotta was staying at Spy Guy's house because of all the drama at her home. Now I'm assuming she won't be able to do that because he's dead, even though his Italian parents will probably still welcome her with open, expressive arms. Is this going to be the first scene we see of this boy where he does not do some troublesome shit? Cool, collecting bugs is a peaceful enough hobby. That's all I needed to see, him doing something normal. I mean, I think he's doing something normal. He's not gonna hit the public fuckers with a cockroach bomb, is he? Gross. And again, another scene where he's doing some troublesome shit. Now I get it, this is probably showing his disgust at Gideon and his mother hooking up, and you know, he's punishing that couple because he probably thinks of Gideon and his mother when he sees a couple like that. That being said, this kid is the Antichrist. I don't know where they find these factories they keep filming in, but they are some incredible scenery. No way, did he just find the dead spy character? Of all the people to find him, that would be crazy if it was Gideon's son, not son. Ching. Like a grenade. True, and I do see Lotta as kind of a detective now. She might not officially be one, but she's working in the department along with Gideon, etc. She might as well be. I've just realised they cannot hear the front door. How do deaf people deal with that? Do they have some sort of vibration system linked to their doorbell, maybe? Oh, a red light, that's quite clever.
Derjenige.
Guten Tag.
Darf ich mal reinkommen?
The father seems to be none the wiser that this could potentially be bad news.
Ist das alles hier wegen uns?
Why is everyone so silent at him when he's come back in? Is this just because he was doing the mission in Moscow?
Was ist passiert?
Oh right, it's because they've all learned the spy's dead. I see.
Die Gnose? Moment mal, hatten wir doch gerade.
Der Priester, der heilige Josef.
This is going to tie back to the gun in Walter's desk, isn't it? He's still being set up.
Der folgenden Methode überprüfen wir unsere Hypothese. Wir befeuchten die Projektile mit Tinte.
And I think just with that little look, it shows to me that Walter is probably a veteran enough detective to smell a rat right now.
Aber an Ihre Begegnung mit Pfarrer Wilczek, an die erinnern Sie sich noch?
Wovon sprechen Sie?
Dass Sie der Letzte waren, der den ermordeten Priester lebend gesehen hat.
Maybe this doesn't implicate Walter then. Maybe it directly implicates Gideon and he didn't cover it up.
Warum rennt der Kölner schnurstracks zur Leiche, sobald die in der Obduktion eintrifft und reißt sich das Beweismittel unter den Nagel?
Ich wollte dem Oberkommissar behilflich sein, sonst nichts.
At this point, that sounds like absolute bullshit.
Und Herr Oberkommissar, das Schicksal ist im Allgemeinen nicht geneigt, uns den Täter direkt vor die Nase zu setzen.
In this case it does. If those flashbacks are anything to go by, it was Gideon who shot the priest.
Rekonstruieren Sie jeden und wirklich jeden Schritt von Stefan Jenecke bis zur Tat.
And even more complex to this plot, I don't think Gideon knows what he's done. I think this is related to the acid the doctor's been giving him, that he's doing these things in little dream states. I haven't mentioned it yet, by the way. I always joke about the performances on stage, but the actual orchestral soundtrack of this show is incredible. I love all the music used for the themes and stuff throughout this show.
Wann bekommen wir die Aufnahmen aus Lipetsk?
Greif ist bereits im Labor.
Let's hope these photographs come out okay. It was a dangerous mission just to get one. Lotta's taken this very, very hard. I didn't think she knew that spy character that well, other than the time he let her stay at his house and a few other interactions.
Stefan war wegen mir hier.
Es war genau andersrum. Sie sind wegen ihm hier.
That was nice of Gideon. That was a positive way to look at it.
Ich suche sein Notizbuch.
Das rote?
Ja.
Look, I understand the sketches were terrible and it deserves to be burned, but someone already took it.
Jennecke wurde enttarnt. Als Spitzel.
Was?
Hausintern.
How the fuck did Gideon know that? Did I miss somebody informing Gideon of that information? If he knew that, why did he want that guy on his team?
Wir brauchen sein Notizbuch.
Right now, I really do not trust Gideon's motivations. I feel like he's still working for the bad guys. Is every season it just Gideon doing missions for bad people, but we like him anyway? By the way, just in case you think I'm a giant, I was looking online and saw a really good deal for a pack of 12 cans of Coca-Cola. I was like, holy shit, what a bargain. Then they arrived. Who's the dickhead? Me. Oh, that was unsatisfyingly not enough. That's cool, he's sort of imagining how it happened every step of the way. No fucking way, it was not Walter. Was it Walter? Now they've got me questioning whether or not it was Walter. I'm gonna need to watch the last episode back now. Don't tell me there's even more double-crossery going on.
Was?
Wir müssen hier weg. Pack da ein sofort.
Aber warum denn?
Los jetzt.
Well, I guess if he thinks it was Walter who fired that shot, he is definitely no longer safe. It's better to err on the side of caution. Where's he going though? Is he just gonna not show up to work tomorrow as well? At this point, it will almost be a crazy turn of events if Gideon stops just going to the detective agency and he's no longer working as a detective. I can't see that happening. This show really does keep you guessing sometimes as to the direction it's going to take. It's really well written, and I guess that's a testament to the quality of the books. He won't be happy she's still working here after he gave her his little speech about the counsellor.
Spinnst du?
I mean, it's a harmless, risky activity that I don't think the counsellor would even mind, but I'll tell you who will fucking mind, the counsellor's wife. If she catches Greta, she is 100% getting fired. For a guy that hates the counsellor, he sure seems to be enjoying that seat. In his study, this is even more stupidly risky. These guys are going to get caught. The counsellor and his wife don't even need to come home. All that needs to happen is the kids need to walk in this room. And Greta is so fired.
Seit wann rauchst du?
Seit eben.
Well, that's a real productive habit to pick up in your mid-30s. You've been smart your whole life and then you do some dumbass shit.
Wie ist das? Fliegen?
Wackelig.
Yeah, it was quite euphoric up until a point, and then people tried to start shooting them out of the sky, at which point it just became terrifying. And we still haven't seen this photograph yet. See if this shit comes back bloody. I'm going to be furious on Gideon's behalf after the shit they went through to get that.
Alles klingt anders als zu Hause.
Are they still in Berlin, just in a hotel?
Wenn du willst, fangen wir neu an. Hier in Berlin.
They haven't left the city. If Gideon genuinely thinks he's a marked man, going to a hotel in the same city is not going to help him, especially against secret police and shit like that. They'll have his location in an hour. You know what else the tone of this show reminds me of in places? You know, like 90s French movies with a sort of bleak piano sometimes, and then sometimes the whimsical harmonica or accordion music kind of thing going on with that sort of style to it. I'm not talking Amelie, I'm talking the things that influenced Amelie. If you look at 90s French cinema, I feel like this has a real style layer to it, which is inspired by that. Perhaps 90s German cinema was similar, so it's just they're capturing that tone, but I've seen way more French films than I have German, so that's what I recognise the tone from. Jesus Christ, she truly has nowhere relaxed to go right now. And unlike Gideon, she won't even have enough money for a hotel.
Ich meine, mich hat sowieso so aufgezogen. So wie ich mich Toni kümmere jetzt.
Auf deine Mutter.
This show does such a good job of fucking with your mind. Every time I look at Walter now I think, did he fire the shot? Even though I swear we literally saw the guy's face and it was not Walter, now I'm second guessing it. But then I think, he does have sides to him I didn't expect him to blackmail and fuck Lotta in season 1, but he had that in his wheelhouse. What else is he capable of?
Warum soll ich den Jenike umbringen?
Just now, I believe Walter. I hope I'm not mistaken. I would hate his character forever if he did.
Ich schwör's dir. Beim Leben meiner Frau.
The problem with liars is, liars will swear on anything. So even when someone says to you, like, I swear on this and I swear on that, they could be being the most honest person in the world, but because a liar will say that, you think in your head, okay, but if you were a liar, you would say that. So saying that means less than fucking nothing. Can't even hate. I remember the first time they dropped this track in the club when I was about 19, and let me tell you, women were twerking. Whose desk is Gideon snooping around now? Was that a cigar box? He's not in Walter's house, is he?
Bruno?
He is in Walter's house. Gideon, what the fuck are you doing? I can't believe Gideon's just in Walter's house like this. This is so risky. What the fuck is he doing this episode? If he opens this and the fucking spy's notebook is in this drawer, I will be shocked. No fucking way. You are shitting me. This has got to be planted. No way Walter did this shit. Why would Walter do this shit?
Verrat ihm nichts. Ja? Du ihm aber auch nicht. Dass ich dich so erschreckt habe.
Gideon is actually so lucky he caught her drinking, otherwise she would have just told Walter who took the notebook. Now Walter isn't going to know, and she's essentially going to be covering for Gideon. I cannot believe this scene though. I mean, there has to be something else to this. Was Walter just straight up lying to Lotta's face in the last scene and I just believed him?
Warum?
Ich habe gesehen, ihr seid ausgezogen. Warum erfährt man das nicht?
Beantworte mir die Frage.
So it was Bruno, or at least he's acting like it was him.
Mit der Dienstwaffe nehme ich an. Warum hättest du sonst die Kugeln austauschen sollen? Das war ein Fehler.
Yeah, I thought Walter would be wise to all this shit.
Alle Indizien weisen auf einen Kölner Bullen hin, der den Verlockungen der Großstadt nicht gewachsen ist.
Right, so Walter counter-framed Gideon because both bullets are linked to the same gun, but now one points to Walter, which they're not looking at, and the other points to Gideon, which they are. That's a genius move. I don't know who I should be rooting for here, but it was genius.
So ein Arschloch.
Yeah, you should have probably searched him before you let him go. Of course that's why he was at your house.
Steno. Alles Steno.
Don't judge him by the first sketch. It gets better by page 32-ish of book 117.
Ich hab's in seinem Schreibtisch gefunden.
Das kann nicht sein.
War's.
That's what I thought. That sounded impossible the way he was explaining it to Lotta. And it's kinda risky Gideon even telling her this development because he did still shoot the priest with the service weapon and Walter has figured all that shit out. What if Walter explains all this to Lotta?
Kann fast nichts daran lesen, das ist alles Steno. Sie müssen das für mich übersetzen, bitte, ja?
Sometimes it feels like this show is void of a protagonist. I do not know who to be rooting for in this situation. It seems like Walter's just a veteran detective covering his ass by shooting that second bullet into the spy. Obviously, it's a shame the spy character was killed though, so I guess Walter's still in the wrong because Gideon only shot the priest who was a bad guy, whereas the spy character was kind of a good guy. I don't know morally where I stand on this shit yet. Oh, don't cry, it's not that bad, he never got a chance to shade it. Poor Lotta. The way it's gone so far, I just feel like this whole show is going to be Lotta crying all the time.
Danke.
See, there you go, you've met a new guy in a little paperboy hat. Perfect replacement.
Komm wir hin zu Klärchens, ich hab einen Deckel da. Wollen wir?
It's nice she met some random cool guy on the bus, she really needed this. Oh, okay, he's actually a fucking chloroform kidnapper. My god, I wouldn't last 2 minutes in this Berlin. Everybody is snaking everybody.
Zu Asche, zu Staub.
And they're ending it there. You son of a bitch, Babylon Berlin, you son of a bitch. Okay, and that was episode 4 of season 2 of Babylon Berlin, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, episode 4, what did I think of that? Man, my head went through so many loops watching this episode. I genuinely believed Walter when he was explaining to Lotta that he 100% did not do it. Fully believed him. He could have convinced me in a heartbeat with that performance, only for, in the very next scene, us to discover the diary in his desk, and he put in such a convincing speech before. I at that point thought it must have been planted. Only for Garion to walk outside and get the confirmation straight away that it was Walter. Now I will say, Walter explained himself and it was really smart. He was covering his ass. Now did he shoot an innocent character who was likeable? Yes he did, but he was aware that Garion was already trying to frame him for the murder of the priest, so he had to do something with the same gun, and now it's like they're both in the same boat, so if Garion helps them find that weapon, he's actually now implicating himself as well. And whenever they butt heads, it's like a constant battle of the minds, them always trying to one-up one another, and that whole scene where they clashed outside Walter's house was brilliantly written. And it was just another sad episode for Lotta. Now she can't even stay at Spy's house, she's exhausted, trying to fall asleep on public transportation, and amongst that grieving, and in amongst that being lied to her face by Walter. So yeah, a horrible episode for Lotta, and we can only hope that she has a better time of it next week. And it was another great episode and a really strong season so far. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share these around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.